Yo, what's up, everybody, man? We back up in the house. It's Two Bros Talking. I'm Burn. I got my brother Ben on the phone.
What's happening, everybody? I know it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but we back up in here. We talking about the NBA, just kind of basketball in general. We gonna hit on, we definitely gonna talk about the finals real quick, Milwaukee and Phoenix, but I'm also gonna get on USA basketball for a brief second and just kind of the state where they're in, because there's been a couple of developments that got them really thrown off. But Game 5, Phoenix Milwaukee. That was a heck of a game, man. I'll go ahead, give me your thoughts on it, and then I'll jump in.
Well, okay. So first and foremost, the Suns have really bugged me for the last 3 games. I mean, going up 2-0, and then the way they've been playing the last 3 games, kind of ridiculous. Some lazy, some just horrible turnovers. And one of the issues I still don't understand is the rebounding. The way they lose so bad on the boards. It's ridiculous. Just constantly giving Milwaukee second chance points. But to be specific, Game 5. Now, okay, Devin Booker, let's forget the fact that he got ripped by Jrue Holiday. Because, see, in the heat of the moment, I was letting that affect my judgment, even though I shouldn't have. So he get ripped. Now, remember, Phoenix is only down by 1 at the time. He get ripped. Jrue Holiday come down. He throw a lob to Giannis. So what's the worst-case scenario? Giannis dunk it. Now, Phoenix is down by 3, and they still got a chance to tie it to take it to overtime. So why would your smartest player, or your quote-unquote smartest player on the court, who had even with a 2-foot ladder, he had no chance of stopping Giannis from dunking that ball? Why would you foul him? Why wouldn't you just let him dunk it and then call a timeout, draw up a play to either tie or lose? But when you fouled him, now you turn a 1-possession game into a 2-possession game. Okay, cool. But, it's Giannis, and that's probably what he was thinking. Giannis not going to make free throws. But if he hadn't fouled him, he wouldn't have went to the line. But whatever. Giannis go to the line. Giannis has been, I think he shot 40% from the line that night. The crowd is counting. They got him on his heels. It's late. You should expect him to miss. He missed. And they give up an offensive rebound, which essentially puts the game in the freezer.
Yeah.
Because, again, they cannot clean up their defensive boards. And it's like, okay, Chris Paul, if you didn't foul him, maybe we having a different conversation. If you get the rebound after the foul, maybe we having a different conversation. So initially that night, I wanted to dump on Devin Booker. But now I'm not, because, stuff happened. But Chris Paul didn't have to foul Giannis. He could have let him have that lob, and then we see what happens on the other end.
All right. Now, on that play in particular, Chris Paul was damned if he do, he was damned if he don't. When Jrue Holiday stole the ball, Chris Paul was the backline defender. He was right there going at he was going at Jrue Holiday. Crowder, Bridges, and Ayton are all along the baseline. All 5, and Booker is on the floor. It's a 5-on-1 fast break. If you look at the play, you freeze it from when Booker fall down and when Holiday has the ball, it's a 5-on-1 fast break. Now, as they're coming up the floor, Chris Paul, he goes straight to the elbow. Because he has to stop the ball and he has to mind the rim. The problem in this play is not Chris Paul. The problem in the play is Bridges. Because Bridges is the next son up And instead of minding Giannis and protecting the rim, because Chris Paul is stopping the ball, which is what he's supposed to do. He's stopping the ball. But it's the high-low drill that we used to do in practice at South Mountain. Who got high, who got low. If I got the ball, somebody has to get the rim. Chris Paul's playing the ball because he's the first one there. Bridges is staring right at Holiday. He's watching the ball while Giannis Antetokounmpo streaks by. He throw a lob, putting Chris Paul in the worst situation possible. Now, he should have let it go. Because like you said, it puts him down 3. The Suns had a timeout with 14 seconds left. Like, if you let him have the lob, like you said, you down 3, instead of putting yourself in position to be down 2 possessions. Now, Giannis missed both free throws, and then Middleton got the rebound. He get fouled, so essentially it was over anyway. But if you just let him have that dunk, call timeout, regroup, set up a play, you at least got a shot to win the game. But
you at least got a shot.
The failure.
I'm watching it right now.
The failure on that break is Bridges, because Bridges somebody has to protect the rim. Chris Paul's stopping ball, but somebody has to sprint back to protect the rim. And if Bridges was minding Giannis instead of watching the ball, he could have made a play at the rim.
Now, if you watch, because I'm looking at the play right now. If you watch the play again, Bridges had no choice. He was going to Giannis, but Giannis was so far in front. Look at
the play. I got it up right now. Look at the play. If you look at the play,
Giannis is so far in front of. Even if they had a went to, they couldn't have catch Giannis because he was so far in front of him.
Look at Bridges. Bridges, go back to when he steal the ball.
Bridges did slow down. He should have kept coming hard.
He slowed down.
And maybe Bridges, but see, this is the tricky part, because maybe Bridges could have caught up enough to Giannis to foul him without them getting
the reason why.
But he might have ended up, it might have been too hard because of how fast everything was going. The refs would have called freaking
nah, man. Green. I'm like, if you look at the play, Bridges never takes his eye off of Holiday. Like, never. He don't survey the court. Chris Paul is back. He doesn't survey the court. He's looking at the ball the entire time. Right when he at half court, he looking at the ball. He no longer looking at Giannis. That's when he slowed down. He slowed down right there at half court. But now it's 2-on-1. If he had been trying to stop Giannis, he would have had it. But I mean, if you look at the whole thing, it's a 3-on-1 because Chris Paul got 2 passes. I mean, Holiday got 2 passes because Middleton is sprinting to the corner. Or no, that's punk ass. What's his name? Tucker. But still though, I mean, it was a mess. I'm looking at Bridges on that play, and somebody got to protect the rim. But Chris Paul ain't have to foul. I do agree with that. He did not have to foul. Phoenix is gonna blow this thing because I don't think that Phoenix should never be in down 3 games at any point in this series. They never should have been down 3 games at any point. To lose 3 straight games, the last 2 games coming down to like the last play of the game, like, man, you got to get one of those, bruh. And I think they in trouble. I think they in trouble.
I think similar to the last 2 Milwaukee games, if Phoenix can not beat themselves, I think they can win Game 6 and get it back to Game 7.
I think that
Phoenix essentially they beat themselves. Because this is all I'm saying, Phoenix. You have to give yourself a chance to win the game. And at the end of Game 4, they didn't give themselves a chance because of that Chris Paul turnover. And then at the end of Game 5, they didn't give themselves a chance because of that Devin Booker turnover and that bad Chris Paul decision. Now, as I say that, I'm not trying to take nothing away from Milwaukee, because Milwaukee still had to be in the position.
They had to come back. Yeah, they had to come back.
But I just think that it's more about. I don't. Milwaukee bothers me. I don't even know why exactly. I don't know what exactly it is about that team that bothers me, but they bother me. I don't trust them to win this until they win it. Once they win it, okay, but until they do, I just don't trust them.
Well, I think that does swing both ways. I don't trust Phoenix to win it. I mean, you could even say that after the first two games. Like, well, let's see what happens when we come back from Milwaukee. Like, the thing about both of these teams, they both in the same boat because they ain't never been here before. Like, this isn't like the Lakers and the Heat where, you know, it don't matter what Miami does, at some point the Lakers are going to take the series. I mean, there was no drama to the bubble ring last year. You knew at some point the LeBron was going to be like, all right, that's enough, and go ahead and win it. And that's how you see most finals, those lopsided finals. That's kind of how they go. But in this situation, this is kind of like when Golden State won their first one. It's like, well, I don't believe them till you do it. So, I mean, that door swing both ways on both of them. Like I said, Phoenix, man, they haven't been tested in the playoffs until this moment. And now we're going to see how they respond. And, you know, the one thing that I feel like is really going against them is you can say, well, ain't none of them been here before. Well, one dude has been there before. And we seen what he do in these type of situations. So and I'm talking about CP3. CP3 has been down 3-2 after being up in the playoff series, and he has lost. And if he hold true to form, the Bucks gonna be the champions. Like, plain and simple. And I mean, you know, they say he got a hand injury or whatever, but man, and he had 21 and 11 last game, but man, it was shaky. I didn't see a lot of. I wasn't afraid of him like I was in the Clipper series and stuff like that. Like, man, this dude is, you know what I mean, when he was hitting them mid-range shots, like I haven't seen that since game 2. So
he has not been dominant. He has not been dominant at all.
I mean, it's
weird.
He's
been really weird, like kind of aggressive, but not exactly aggressive. I think some of the youngsters are taking too many shots. Cam Johnson, he's not getting enough shots off.
That's because
Bridges shoot way too much.
I think
as much as I liked Payne in the Clipper series,
I'm done with him now.
As much as I hate him
I'm like, somebody just block that trash, man. Somebody block that shot and get the ball and go back down the other way. I think what hurt Phoenix in that game, like I said, they was up 16 at the end of the first quarter. I think that was all emotion. I think that was just that rush that you see from home teams sometimes in playoffs where they just feeling that energy, they juiced, and they can't do no wrong. And the game didn't really start till the second quarter, you know, when they started to come down, and then Milwaukee started to find their footing in the game. And so I'm not tripping on the comeback. My beef was in that third quarter. On the Phoenix end of the floor, the ball stopped moving. Like, Milwaukee plays they play more of a clear out, whether it's Giannis or Middleton got the ball. You know, they play that type of style. Phoenix don't do that because Phoenix plays with ball movement. That's how Cam Johnson and Crowder and Bridges get those good looks. But every play down the court, it was Booker. It was Booker. It was Booker. And it's like, yeah, man, you scoring. You're not getting stops on the other end. And you're scoring, but you're taking everybody else out of the game. And Cam Johnson is the dude that hit those steady three-pointers. He did that like in the first two games when Milwaukee would make a push. He did that. He did that in all 5 games except for this past one, like where Milwaukee would make a push and then he hit that timely bucket. He did it against the Lakers. He did it against the Clippers. Like he's done that throughout the series. And when that ball stopped moving, and it's 1-on-1 from one or two passes, and then Booker is attacking the goal, you taking everybody else out of the game. And, Phoenix hasn't got there like that. And I mean, 40 points look great on Booker. I mean, Booker is tight. He got one of the prettiest looking J's I ever seen. But
yeah, his J is pretty and it's perfect form because he released right.
Yeah, man, that stroke is
his jump.
That stroke is pure, man. He got a very good jump shot, very textbook jump shot. But man, you got to move that ball around, and you got to get them other dudes involved, because we done seen the last two games where Booker dropped 40 and they lost. So you need to do what you do, but you got to make sure everybody else is getting their look and they getting their shots, man, or Phoenix is in trouble. So your prediction for tomorrow, your flat out prediction for tomorrow is?
I think they're going 7.
I said it on the last show.
It's going 7.
I said that if Phoenix win the championship, they will win in Game 6. Going into Game 6, being up 3-2. I was like, if it goes 7, Milwaukee will win. Now, I didn't say nothing about if Milwaukee is up 3-2 at home. Now, conventional thinking, especially based off past experiences, I would say Phoenix was gonna win. But I'm at the point now where I feel like that they dug themselves in too big of a hole to come out. I got Milwaukee winning the championship tomorrow.
As much as I want to be done with Phoenix, I just don't think the way they lost the past 2 games, there's no way they can finish a third game like that.
Well, see, that's the thing. But will it go that way? Because I see Milwaukee winning in one of those like one of those 8 to 11 point wins.
10-point lead.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna. I feel like Milwaukee is gonna win in one of those games where they win to like 8 to 11 points and they control throughout. Like I don't know if Phoenix can get up off the mat.
See, and I thought that too until I watched the game again, and I like, because I didn't watch all of it, but I just flew through it, and Jrue Holiday shot really well in Game 6. He's not gonna shoot that well again. And Middleton, all 3 of them played really well, and they don't do that. Connaughton was butter from everywhere. Even PJ Tucker hit a 3.
Well, PJ Tucker gonna hit a 3. Well, they say that he got the most threes in the series. They say that Connaughton got the most threes in the series. I don't know, man. I'm like, if I was Phoenix, and then I would have said this in the Lakers series. I would even said this in the Clippers series. I don't think that they, and I'm saying it in this series, I think the last place they wanted to be was down 3 games at any point outside of a Game 7. Like,
they don't want to be down.
I think that I don't know if they're gonna be I don't know if they're gonna be able to respond. They might. We'll see, but I don't know. All right, y'all. That's all we gonna do on this episode. Look for us real soon. We're gonna be talking a little bit of USA basketball, but that's all we got. You got anything else, man?
No, that's it, man.
All right, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Post your comments down below. Let us know what y'all thought about this episode, what y'all think about the finals, and everything else like that. But that's all we got for right now, so we'll look to holler at y'all in the future. Peace out.
I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, for a very lovely evening. Never have so few owed so much to so many. Good night.